Yo guys, Matthew here. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make your work easier, how to kill your resistance, kill your limiting beliefs, and overall just how to become a better person. I have seen so many young guys on social media pushing limiting beliefs on others, and also so many celebrities pushing these limiting beliefs. They probably don't even know that these are limiting beliefs, but that's why I'm making this video, so you will become aware and you can actually become better and faster. Because what are these limiting beliefs making to you is just that you will reach the goal eventually that you want, but it will be way slower than if you didn't have these limiting beliefs. So yeah, guys, if you want to learn something and actually see a different perspective on things that can make you work faster, watch this video till the end and let's get into it. So for example, Tate, you see him, a fighter, he has millions, he has supercars, all of these models, he has everything that you can consciously want. Okay, maybe you don't want that many girls, you just want one wife. Okay, everyone wants something different. Okay, your conscious mind thinks that all of this is great. So basically your subconscious mind gets programmed with your conscious mind. Okay, so with your conscious mind, if your conscious mind is thinking that, that is so great, and he's pushing that the work is hard, you have to work hard, like hard work, you have to like do all of this stuff, everything is painful, he's pushing this on you. Okay, this is limiting beliefs, guys. This is limiting beliefs. Let me explain everything. I will get into it in depth so you will understand. Okay, because of course right now you will just think, oh, I'm an idiot, I'm just talking something about Tate who has made way more money than me. Okay, but let me explain it. So this is why you don't become successful by working harder. Okay, so the first thing you should question is like, what's your perspective on working harder? What does it mean for you? Okay, so for everyone it means something different, but for most of the people it means just working more, having more habits, and like basically that's not right. I'm gonna get into it because at some point, which you will reach pretty soon, when you will be working 12 to 14 hours a day, like you can't work more, because you have to sleep for 8 hours, and the other 4 hours or whatever you have to eat and like rest. You have to also rest. So working harder is like to make more money is basically employee mindset. Okay, you have to understand this because I will give you an example. The workers, for example, here in Dubai, the Indian workers or Pakistani workers, nothing against them, of course, but they are working for, I don't know, like 14 16 hours a day while making always the same money. They can make a little bit more money if they work for more hours, but that's like they're not moving anywhere. Of course, if you're doing business, you are doing something, with working more you can make more money because there's like the higher compound effect. But what will actually make a huge change is on is what you are actually working on instead of how much you are actually working. Okay, and this is what most of the people are not pushing in a way how they should, because this is actually was the most important thing. Okay, you can work 3 hours a day and you can make fucking 10 times more money than the person that's working 16 hours a day. Like, and think about it, like this is actually a really good example. How much money does, for example, Mark Zuckerberg make in 1 hour, and how much do you make? And do you think like, okay, of course you have to get there. Okay, you have to get to that point, but to get to that point you can't be slow. Like how old is he? So I just googled it. He's 41 years old, and to get to that point, to make as much money as he makes in 1 hour, you have to be fast. You can't be fucking slow. If you are just focused on working a lot, like you will because all of these people, they are pushing, the celebrities, they are pushing the work is hard. They are pushing it because it makes them feel better that it was hard and they accomplished it. It's basically boosting the dopamine levels even more, and it helps them to sell you the course. If you think that it's hard, you think that you need help. You subconsciously think that you need help. If they were pushing that it's easy, why would you buy from them if it's easy? There is literally no other reason. This is mostly about being self-aware enough to understand this. Okay, so this is why I'm also making the video, so you will become self-aware about this, because you can basically end up in this like loophole and just make your life worse by thinking about it, that the work is hard and all this shit. You can just make your life worse for your whole life, because you wouldn't be aware about this, that you can view it as easy. And it's literally like you can choose to view it as easy. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. After this video, you will view it as easy. Let's continue. So yeah, basically, the more self-aware you are, the more success you will achieve. Okay, this is very important. So, okay, but why does this mindset, the pain, the hard work mindset, why does it work in the gym? Because you can clearly see a lot of results pretty fast in the gym. Like people make in 1 year, they make really fast transformation with this mindset. You can see it. So I'm gonna explain it, because for me also that mindset works in the gym. So yeah, both gym and business have delayed results. Okay, this is clear. Because of course the physique is delayed feedback too. It's not instant. You will not go to the gym one time and have your dream physique. But the difference is not the result, okay? The difference is the signals that you will get into your brain. The signals are, for example, like pump, that you are basically just tired from the gym. It's a signal for your brain. All of these are the signals. It's clear for your brain that you are making progress. It's 100% clear. It's also giving you a form of dopamine, because your brain understands, oh, I worked hard, so it's like giving you a form of dopamine, and basically it's 100% sure that you are making the progress. You're getting dopamine from the progress. So even though muscle growth is delayed, your brain gets the proof every single session. So you leave, like, your brain leaves the gym convinced. You're confident when you're leaving the gym. Even when you're going to the gym, you're confident because you will get the dopamine hit from making the progress, and your brain understands that it was a progress, so it will release the dopamine. But in business, this is the problem in the business, okay? This is why this mindset for the business is not the best. The thing is, business gives you weak signals, okay? Like, you are not physically tired after you work for 12 hours, okay? You are normally tired because you just want to go to sleep. Like, there's normal cycle, there's no your normal cycle. You're a human being. There is also no guaranteed outcome of the current thing that you are doing. Like, there's not guaranteed outcome that me recording this video is going to actually help someone. you know but I strongly believe that it's going to actually help someone. And basically, my brain subconsciously believing that gives me the dopamine after I finish this video. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm making this video. And of course, to build more social proof. But the main thing is to help some of you guys so I get the dopamine. Like, basically you can view it like this, but this is how your brain works. And also the work that you are doing today, it also depends on what you will do tomorrow. It's like constant compound effect. And if you make a mistake, I don't know, in what you were doing today, if you make a mistake tomorrow, it can still fail. So your brain gets even less signals. But of course, if you don't stop trying, it will eventually work. But your brain doesn't see that. It's not evolved for that. The brain also, what is important, that the brain trusts signals more than the outcomes, because the outcomes are temporary. The signals are like and yeah, your brain is evolved for survival. It learned through immediate body feedback. So we were evolved with immediate body feedback. We were not like made for this, what we are doing right now. So that's also the reason why you can feel the resistance. Here is like an example: pain and fatigue. They are real. They are happening in the moment. Thinking and planning is basically pretty abstract. And there's almost no signal to your brain that you're actually making progress, so your brain can doubt the effort you're putting in. And when your brain doubts the effort, this is the point: when your brain doubts the effort, it creates resistance. And it's not because you are lazy, but it's because it literally just wants to save your energy for survival. But in this age we are living, you can literally waste your energy without even realizing it, because it's like designed to like totally destroy you. You can eat like shit, you can scroll on your phone, you can take drugs, you can do anything. Like, it's totally cooked. If you're not self-aware, you're gonna be cooked. If you're not self-aware enough, you are not gonna live your best life. Even Tate is saying this. He understands it subconsciously, but he just doesn't, like, he doesn't he understands it subconsciously, but he's just targeting beginners, and he's basically not explaining it, and it's slowing down everyone. It's slowing down even the people that are already making money. Of course, from the start, this mindset works, that the work is hard, it's painful, because from the start you are not aware enough, you are not conscious enough to understand it. Like, from the start, if you just begin with everything, with business, or just doing something, some business model, anything, the mindset is going to work, because you have to work as much as possible. And always action is more basically than everything, mainly for the start, so it's going to work. Because that is basically saying, when you are making money, the works becomes easy, okay? But no one is questioning why. So I'm gonna explain it to you. Basically, when you run or train, your brain understands that you train, you adapt, you survive, as I explained. But the brain resists uncertain effort, not effort itself. So the brain resists uncertain effort, not effort itself. You actually want to put effort. You actually want to put effort to something that that has a guaranteed outcome. You want to put effort. Like, in the gym, you want to go there. But like, most of the people that are already going to the gym, they are fucking excited. At least me and my friends and the people I'm talking to, they are excited to go to the gym. But when you're working on your business, your brain is evolved to conserve the energy. So when you're working on the business, it basically analyzes that you are spending energy without instant feedback, which means risk for your life, basically. While physical effort gives basically instant proof to your brain. It's sending the signals as I explained. So that's why people like procrastinate behind the screen, when they're trying to work on their business, but they don't procrastinate in the gym because they get the instant dopamine hits of progress. So guys, from this you should understand to not teach your brain that the work equals suffering or that the work is hard, etc. Because your brain does not want to suffer. Like naturally, your brain does not want to suffer. You shouldn't want to suffer, especially behind the screen. Okay, like when I'm going on the run, I'm kind of enjoying it. I like even when it's becoming hard, I'm still enjoying it. And I want it. Sometimes I'm like, I want it more, But with business, it doesn't work because of the dopamine hits. Because of the dopamine hits. So remember, guys, when you start working 12 to 14 hours a day, it's not about working harder, okay, or more. It's about what state your nervous system and the brain are operating in. Basically, you become successful by becoming someone else, and it's like the next version of you that will be more successful than the old version of you. The thing is that the version doesn't even need to be better, okay? You have to understand this. The version doesn't need to be better, but it's on the path, because sometimes there is a version of you that might seem that it's way worse than the one before, but sometimes it's necessary. So the next version, after this version that's worse, basically, will be way, way better, okay, than was the first version. I'm gonna show you example on me, guys, okay? Like I put here multiple versions of me. Last year in 2025, there was like 10 versions of me, okay? Like you have to be always open to your next versions, okay? Remember these, guys. Don't identify yourself as one person or one person with like different personalities. This is bullshit because you're basically holding yourself back from exploring a different identity that could have been better or you could have learned from that identity. So, for example, this is me when I was like 15. Okay, I was just playing Fortnite, jerking off, doing pretty much nothing, just going to school. And this is like the first photo, like when I started going to the gym. I was going to the gym for like 1.5 year. This is me after like 1.5 year of really being focused on the gym. While I was going to the gym in 2024, I also started like climbing on buildings. So like this is already three identities in pretty short time, as you can see. Like I don't know, like a muscular climber. That was like not muscular and totally cooked. Then I stopped basically climbing and I was only focused on the gym. Then I started to be focused on money. I don't have the picture here, but I started to be focused on money. And then I basically made like a buzz cut, and that, to be honest, didn't really change anything on me. So guys, like basket is not gonna like, okay, you can try to do it, maybe it will do something too, but to me it didn't do anything. I don't have the picture here. Then this was like egoistic identity of me. I was just like posting these reels out of total insecurity, okay? Like I just wanted to I don't know, mug my fucking classmates and old friends. I don't know, bro. It was, I guess, everyone who has some insecurities is going to go through this stage. This was me in China last year in the summer 2025. It started to be like totally cooked. Okay, this personality, if you look at it, I'm making money, everything looks great on the social media, but I was actually cooked. My business was going like basically downhill, and then it ended up here. But I wasn't even realizing it at that point. Then this is me in China, as I said. This is also in China. Like I went there when I was like 95 kilos. I came to Slovakia when I was like 84, because I basically, if you want to know exactly what happened, you can watch this video. It's a pretty long video, but I'm basically describing everything not everything, not totally everything that happened. It was just a bad time, just a bad period. You can view it as bad, or you can view it as necessary for growth. There is a lot of perspectives that you can look at this, and basically, I am really grateful that this happened because it made some important changes in my life, which really developed me as a person. So if this whole thing didn't happen, I mean, a lot of you guys didn't know even what I'm talking about, but I had like 6 figures stuck in Stripe. Basically, I found my friend dead. The company for which my dad was working like bankrupted on purpose, and basically they didn't pay him. So I didn't have any money at that point because I was in China without money. I was in Asia without money, but I still sent him money. So it was like because I was thinking like, okay, I don't want them to suffer. I don't want my parents to suffer. So I sent him like basically money anyways. Then like I stopped working with my business partner because of like all of these issues. I couldn't fix the Stripe for months, for like 3 months, and basically the business just wasn't going. I was not making money. The physical reality was like horrible, you know. But mentally, I was still pretty good because I understand it's just a period. But at the same time, when I started reaching like 300 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, I started to be depressed because of the hormones. You know, I couldn't take it mentally anymore because the physical reality was just really, really fucking bad for a really long time. Plus, my hormones were getting really bad because I was in China. I was stuck there like a slave. You know, like I have a lot of videos from this. I'm gonna make like a long video explaining everything, but this is like briefly explained what was happening. So this identity, as you can see, it looks way worse than this one or even this one, you know, because I have bad physique. I don't have money. Okay, here I have money, decent physique. Here I have good physique, low money, you know. But at the same time, it was so necessary for me to grow that I became way bigger, way stronger, making way more money, and basically became way more developed as a person. So this, if this didn't happen, I would be totally cooked right now, probably, you know. So yeah, guys, like this is just a brief explanation why you should be open to your next versions. Okay, just a recap: be open to change literally every day, every 2 days, every week. Be open to it. That's literally how you learn. So after this video, take a minute, okay? Take a minute to think about it and literally change after this video. We can go on because I just explained you everything that you need to know for me to actually explain you how to make the work easy. So this is the first thing, okay? Stop placing importance on things that you can't control, okay? Because I see a lot of guys doing this, okay? Important thing is like to understand that when your inner state depends on something external, you are not free, okay? You don't have freedom. Okay, a lot of guys that are like 16, 17, 18 are posting reels or like putting into their bio that like, you know, 1 million until I turn 18 or something, you know, I will be fucking mad, sad, or like just negative emotions, you know. They're just too attached to money when you should be focused on developing yourself as a person because that money will just follow. Okay, let me explain. This is not being abundant, because abundance is freedom from dependence. And importance, if you put importance on stuff like this, for example, is basically you're depending on it. Your internal state is depending on it. So you are not free, okay? You are not free. You are not living the best life as you could, because humans don't function well without the inner freedom. Like you will basically not live your best life, bro. So you have to change that. So guys, you have to fuck your limiting beliefs. You have to literally kill them. You have to kill them. I'm gonna explain you how you can kill them. After this video, you should be also able to identify the limiting beliefs, hopefully. If not, you can just leave a comment under the video. Let me know. So basically, I will first explain what is just a belief, okay? Every belief you have is just a sentence that was like repeated often enough with enough emotion to you, okay? So this is like a basic beliefs, you know, what you have been taught from the world or from the environment, from your parents, from the school, anyone, okay? Anything around you. So this can be, for example, you know, I am bad at business, you know, or this is hard, or I always procrastinate, or I am bad with girls, or anything, you know, it can be literally anything. Usually this is happening in school, you know, or your parents are teaching you this stuff, or overall just the environment, the people you hang around. Currently also it's social media, for example. So you have to understand repetition created it, okay? So also repetition can delete it or reverse it, basically. For the people that are still thinking that affirmations don't work, because there's a lot of celebrities saying, oh, affirmations don't work, you know? Okay, they don't work without action. Action is always more important, okay? Because action is also forming the affirmations, basically. So yeah, they don't work without action, but both ways. You have to understand both ways they don't work without action. So action is always more important, of course, but affirmations can help you to do the action. Okay? Basically, no one explains that they work also in the negative way without the action. So if someone programs you negatively, for example, I have a good example here, okay? For example, if they programmed you in school that you are bad with girls, you know, like you can't talk to them, or like you're bad with them, whatever, and you don't take any action, you're actually not talking to them, you are basically confirming your brain the limiting belief, you know, that has been like programmed into you. Like if you were actually talking to them, this would not be confirmed in your brain. So the action is more important, of course. But if you're not doing the action and you are being programmed with this, it will just become so strong, you know, the longer it's happening, the stronger it's going to be. So basically, if you took the action, as I said, and spoke to them, you're gonna confirm the exact opposite of the limiting belief, you know? You're gonna confirm exact opposite, so your mind is actually going to believe that you are good with them, you know? So as I'm saying, like, what is the most important thing? It's action, of course, you know? But affirmations plus action means like 300% plus speed for you, okay? Because look, like you can do in 3 years what they did in 8 if you just believe it, okay? You can do it. It of course it depends in what stage you are, but if you take the right action, you are gonna be able to do it, you know? But let's get back to the affirmations. So why am I explaining this? Because maybe there is some things that you have never even done, but you think, oh, you are horrible at it, you know? This also is why many people don't start a business, okay? So this is why I'm talking about it. Or maybe they don't make progress because they think, oh, I'm so bad at for example, with ecom, maybe they can think, oh, I'm so bad at paid ads because they started with doing organic, but they have never even done paid ads. They are just programmed by the gurus that are basically promoting their organic courses. Like many gurus are doing this. That they are just like programming you in a way so you don't actually go and do paid ads after, so you stay their customer. This is why you can be programmed in the way where you think, oh, I'm so bad at ads, so you procrastinate. You basically procrastinate starting them, and then everything takes way longer. This is why basically the mindset of the work being hard and that you need to go through pain and all of this is why it's bad, because everything is going to take you longer to realize, oh fuck, I should have fucking started a year ago, or something. So how to kill the limiting beliefs? So in reality, you don't kill a limiting belief, okay, by consciously arguing with it. So you can't just say, oh, now like for example, you deeply believe, you subconsciously believe that you can right now in this state make 10K a month. You right now can't just say consciously that, oh, I can actually make 100K a month. You either need to see, okay, I'm gonna explain it how to kill it. So you either need to see proof, okay, to believe it 100%. You need to see proof, which means that you, like, for this way you need luck, okay, because if you believe that you can make 10K a month, you're gonna take the action that requires for you to make 10K a month, okay. But let's say with this action you are lucky and you hit 100K a month because you were lucky. You are gonna destroy the limiting belief of you thinking that, basically you can make 10K a month, because you will understand, oh fuck, I can actually make 100K a month. This is also one of the things that helped, like, basically happen to me. I believed that I'm the type of person that can make 150K a month, but I made 560K in a month. Like the month where the month in which I actually started believing it, actually knowing that I'm the person that can make 150K a month. The same month I'm 560. So basically this happened to me, okay? It's way faster way how to kill the limiting belief, but you need luck, So this is not always going to work. It will happen to you maybe a few times, okay? But how you can actually affect it and do it yourself, okay? Through repetition and emotion. So you can start literally right now, okay? You can start it right now. And this basically, all of it means is just change your mindset and change your perspective on things. You have to always, like, remind yourself about the person that you actually are. And by the way, both of them don't work without the action, okay? So of course, always the most important thing is action. That's also why, all the successful people, like the celebrities like Tate, get where they are, but it takes long, So that's why they get there. But if they actually knew and understood this mindset, they would basically do everything faster, okay? Okay, so basically, what I mean by the repetition is just like repeating in your brain and sending signals to your brain that about, like, who you are and about your desired reality, okay? And basically living on the frequency. I'm gonna explain it. But first, I have to tell you about these rules, just so you don't get anything wrong. So when you are affirming something, okay, the rule number one is you shouldn't say any negative words, okay? You should say everything in a positive way, because the subconscious ignores the context. It hears only, like, it hears most of the time it hears the keywords, okay? So don't use things like fuck or don't, not, can't, stop, okay? Like, for example, I don't procrastinate, it can understand just the keyword. Like, not all of the words you say will end up in your subconscious mind. That's why you have to be careful with this. That's why there are these rules that you should follow. Rule number two is basically don't force it and don't overhype it, okay? Like, you don't need intensity, okay? You need calm repetition, okay? So if you're angry or desperate at the moment, or if you're, like, forcing it, like, your subconscious is not gonna believe it, like, your subconscious is basically not gonna believe the affirmations, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you are affirming something, of course, like, if you're having doubts, it's totally normal, okay? You can literally start yelling that I'm making 100K a month, okay? I'm making 100K a month. You can start yelling it if it doesn't sound desperate or needy or like you're forcing it, but you genuinely mean it. You have to genuinely mean it. It's going to work, okay? It's going to work. But if you're desperate or angry or something, like, it's not going to work, okay? And the rule number three is basically that you have to say the affirmations like you are already the person, okay? And not like your goals, not like it's like, But for example, bad example is that I want to work more, even if you understand I want to be that person, okay? Erase it, okay? you have to you have to be saying that I'm someone who works with focus and ease 12 hours a day. You want to do it. You're already the person. You have to act like you're already the person. You have to say it like you're already the person, and you will progress faster. Okay? Don't say like I want this. I want to be that. I want to be like this guy, because this is confirming to your subconscious mind that you are not already there, which is slowing you down. So how to actually use affirmations, okay, practically. So use stickers like this, it's like for example, okay, this is one example. It's basically like notebook stickers. You can put them on your bathroom mirror, or you can just write there, with a or you can just write on your bathroom mirror like the affirmations. So every time you, like, in the morning brush your teeth, you just so every time in the morning when you brush your teeth, you basically read them. You should read them, every morning. There, this one example, or you can put it on your desktop. Also, it's better to, like, not make like a vision board, okay, because this is confirming again that you don't have the things already because it's on your vision board. But if you just type this, like, if you just write down your desired reality and you just read it, like, I am this person, I have this, I'm doing this, I'm acting like this, it's going to be way better and way more effective than if you just have a vision board on the wallpaper, for example. Then you can just, write down the affirmations in your notes. And you have to be also really, really self-aware. So after this video, start being self-aware, okay? And what I mean by this, be aware, okay, about your thoughts, okay? Like, if you're actually, if you notice, oh, I'm thinking negatively, then start sending signals to your brain that will be positive about your desired reality, okay? Like, I am already this person, I'm already making this money, this doesn't matter right now, the physical reality doesn't matter. You can send the signals to your brain with speaking the affirmations, or just saying them in your brain. But it's way better if you speak them out loud. Also, be aware of the music you listen to, because there can be some wild shit that you don't even realize, and is programming you in a way where it just fucks you up. Also, be aware about how you pray, okay? So there are some, like, I'm Christian, and there are some prayers that I'm not doing because they are not actually confirming what I believe. So it's kind of fucked, like, I'm not praying some prayers because they're like saying, for example, there's one prayer that is like saying that everything should stay the same, which in my opinion is bullshit. So I'm not praying that prayer. And guys, basically, you should see progress, noticeable changes you should see in 7 to 14 days after thinking like this, after changing the perspective. You can, like, after you change the perspective on things, you will see it right after this video, okay? Right after this video, you will see changes. But actually, subconscious changes, you will see them in like 7 to 14 days. And in 30 days, you will be a fucking machine. So I hope I helped at least one of you. And if you feel like this video helped you, leave a comment. See you guys.